Hey there, super fans. So here we are, episode 9, the episode before the season finale of Krypton. And for season 1, it hasn't been too bad. This particular episode was quite event filled. It probably could have lasted longer than the scheduled hour, but it kind of told us a lot of what was going on and what we expect. So, as we know from the previous episode, they attacked Brainiac, but he was still around. We lost little Ona. Pour out a little liquor for her if you drink. And so, in this episode, they're trying to find Brainiac, as well as you have Darren Vex, who's currently held by the Black Sun people, and he escapes after he's been tortured. And so there's a bunch of people going around doing different things. You have General Zod, who has taken upon himself to once again release Doomsday, which makes no sense to me because if you have a creature that's unstoppable, how do you plan on stopping it? But of course, he has some type of plan, which he won't tell anybody, which turns into a fight between him and his grandmother. One of their fights to the death, and which grandma pretty much kicks his ass. And just as she's about to pull the killing blow, Lyta, saves her quote unquote son and shoots her mother. Now, what's even more confusing here is that somehow Mother's able to sneak away like a ninja and nobody notices where she goes. They see a little bit of blood here, but she gets away with, no problems. But then later on, we see her and she's barely able to move. And then some dude walks up to her and saves her. I'm guessing it to be her brother that she left out in the snow so many episodes ago. And then we get back to Sag L trying to hide Doomsday, but somehow the capsule that he is in is failing, and now they're not sure what to do. So the folks that are holding him are trying to get him off planet or take him off somewhere so they don't have to worry about him anymore. And then they still have to worry about Brainiac because he's walking around killing folks. And they finally deduce that he is at the source of the power, so they get the people from the Black Order, Black Sun, whatever, and the Sagittari to combine and attack him. To which Brainiac, overpowers them all. And while he's about to, he starts monologuing like any typical villain. The Vex daughter comes and destroys the Brainiac, his agent anyway. And somehow another body of Brainiac materializes out of thin air, and he, turns into he pulls his greatest Shao Kahn impression and says, your planet is mine. And like I said, there was a lot of stuff going on, and obviously they're preparing for the end of the season, and they're presuming that there's going to be more seasons. So they're starting to throw in a lot of additional story arcs with that presumption. I One thing we did not see, and I'll get back to what I was saying earlier, is we didn't see what happened to Adam Strange from the previous episode where he got transported somewhere and met some chick that was staring at him. We see nothing of that. So hopefully we find something about that in the next episode. But what I'm hoping is that we have a strong season finale because right now it's kind of a mess. And one thing I would hate to see is Doomsday be free, but it's leading up to that way. Um, in fact, what would be even more predictable is somehow Doomsday gets free and ends up on Brainiac's ship while they're sending the ship away, and then Brainiac has to deal with Doomsday, and everybody goes, whoopee and parties and does the yub yub dance. So ultimately, I still think that in order for Krypton to progress, Kandor City has to be sacrificed. So they have to escape. So it's going to be interesting. This episode was okay. Um, Kind of silly and kind of, predictable for the most part, especially with a lot of the character arcs, especially with the Zod family. Um, the increasing uh, tension between Seg El and the Vex girl. I keep forgetting her first name, but that's increased to the point to where now Seg is he's macking on everybody. So all in all, the show is starting to become kind of a soap opera. We'll see how it goes. So one more show to go, and hopefully it ends on a strong note. And if it doesn't, um, I'll have to give my thoughts on whether or not I'll be ready for season 2. Anyway, what were your thoughts on this episode of Krypton? Did you like it? Did you think it was silly? Do you think the whole show is just getting kind of tired? Let me know. Post it in the comments below. If you like this review on Krypton episode 9, you can hit that like button. If you want to hear more of my reviews when it comes to TV, movies, video games, wrestling, or just about anything in general, you can hit that subscribe button. So, that's it for me tonight, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.